Welcome back to CCGV, where we tackle the world's most pressing issues. Tonight, nuclear weapons. 9 countries now possess these civilization-ending devices, more than have won the FIFA World Cup. The Cold War is over, but nuclear risks are rising. Treaties are unraveling, arsenals are growing, and tensions are high. We'll break down who has what, why, and what it means for global security. This is information you need, even if it makes you want to start digging a bunker. So, grab a drink, settle in, and let's dive into the world's most exclusive and terrifying club. Let's get started. First up, North Korea, the international equivalent of a neighbor setting off fireworks at 3 a.m. With around 50 warheads and rapid expansion, North Korea's arsenal is small but growing, and dangerously unpredictable. Kim Jong-un isn't just maintaining the program, he's accelerating it with new missile tests and chilling rhetoric. The real danger? Miscalculation. The Korean peninsula is a powder keg, with US forces nearby and Japan within range. North Korea's goal, a credible second strike capability, including submarine-launched and solid-fuel missiles. Their message is clear. We have these, we're proud, and don't forget it. Lavish parades showcase their latest missiles, less Snoopy, more Hwasong-18. Their volatility and rapid buildup make them a uniquely potent risk. North Korea has crashed the party, spiked the punch, and refuses to leave. And that's just our first stop on this tour of nuclear nightmares. Onward. Next, Israel, the country that officially has no nukes, but everyone knows otherwise. Israel's policy of nuclear ambiguity is an open secret. Experts estimate around 90 warheads. Born from existential threats, Israel's arsenal is sophisticated, likely including land, air, and sea delivery. Submarines give them a robust second strike capability, deterrence in a hostile neighborhood. The main concern, Iran's nuclear ambitions, fueling a shadow war of sabotage and cyber attacks. Israel constantly modernizes its arsenal to stay ahead. Their undeclared status complicates non-proliferation. How do you ask others to disarm when you won't admit you're armed? It's a policy of calculated silence, fueling tension in one of the world's most volatile regions. Not brash like North Korea, but quietly, lethally serious. The Middle East's nuclear risk is as much about what's unsaid as what's built. Now South Asia, Pakistan, with about 170 warheads and the world's fastest-growing arsenal. Their nuclear program is all about deterring India, their much larger rival. Having lost conventional wars, Pakistan sees nukes as the ultimate equalizer. Their doctrine includes tactical nuclear weapons, small, battlefield nukes with a dangerously low threshold for use. The risk a crisis could spiral into nuclear war over a misstep or miscalculation. Political instability and extremist threats raise fears of weapons falling into the wrong hands. Even a single mistake like India's accidental missile launch in 2022 could trigger catastrophe. Pakistan's arsenal is built on fear and rivalry, but it's created a permanent hair-trigger risk. The region is a flashpoint, and the nuclear threshold is terrifyingly low. Desperation has made Pakistan's deterrent massive and dangerously brittle. The world watches, hoping the worst never happens. India, another rising power, with about 172 warheads and big ambitions. India's nuclear posture is shaped by 2 adversaries, Pakistan and increasingly, China. They're building a full nuclear triad: land-based missiles, nuclear-capable aircraft, and ballistic missile submarines. Officially, India maintains a no-first-use policy, but recent debates have introduced ambiguity. As India builds up to counter China, Pakistan expands to keep pace, and China modernizes in response, a triangular arms race. Each new missile or submarine raises the stakes for nearly 3 billion people. India's journey is about ambition and anxiety, claiming global status while managing a perilous neighborhood. Their expanding triad and shifting doctrine make them a central player in the new nuclear world. No longer just a regional power, India is now a key part of a complex, multipolar nuclear landscape. The arms race in Asia is real, and the risks are growing. India's choices will shape the region's future, and the world's. The stakes couldn't be higher. Across the globe, the UK, once a leader in disarmament, has reversed course. With about 225 warheads, the UK's entire deterrent is submarine-based, always at sea, always ready. For decades, the UK reduced its stockpile, but in 2021 it announced an increase, citing a more dangerous world. This shift ended the era of reductions among original nuclear powers and sent ripples through the non-proliferation regime. The UK is also investing billions in new Dreadnought-class submarines to keep its deterrent viable for decades. The message? The UK's nuclear arsenal is non-negotiable, smaller than the US or Russia, but a crucial part of the global nuclear story. The British Bulldog is keeping its nuclear teeth sharp. The age of disarmament is over. Next, France, fiercely independent with about 290 warheads. France's nuclear force is a symbol of autonomy, not just a seat at the top table. Like the UK, France relies on submarines for a continuous at-sea deterrent, but also keeps a smaller air-launched component. Their doctrine's strict sufficiency, just enough to guarantee devastating retaliation, not to match the superpowers. France's approach is steady, no dramatic increases, just relentless modernization. New submarines and missiles are in the works, ensuring their deterrent stays credible. President Macron has floated the idea of a French nuclear umbrella for Europe, challenging reliance on the US. France's arsenal is stable, powerful, and deeply woven into its national identity. A model of consistency in a shifting nuclear world, still terrifying but predictable. Now China, the country transforming the nuclear landscape. For decades, China kept a small arsenal and a no-first-use policy. That's changed. China now has about 500 warheads and is building hundreds of new missile silos. This is a fundamental shift from minimum deterrence to a world-class triad: new ICBMs, submarines, and possibly a stealth bomber. The driver? Strategic competition with the US, and a desire to guarantee retaliation. China's rapid buildup is causing global anxiety, especially in Washington. A larger, more secure Chinese arsenal could embolden Beijing in regional disputes, like over Taiwan. The speed and scale of China's expansion is the biggest story in global security. By the next decade, we may see a world with 3 nuclear superpowers. China is building a great wall of missiles and changing the global balance of power. The nuclear age just got a lot more complicated. The United States, one of the 2 nuclear heavyweights with about 1,770 deployed warheads and a total stockpile near 3,700. The US triad, ICBMs, bombers, and submarines, ensures a massive, survivable retaliatory force. America is spending over $1 trillion to modernize every leg of its nuclear arsenal, new missiles, bombers, and submarines. Unique to the US forward-deployed tactical nukes in Europe, linking NATO security directly to the American umbrella. The US and Russia still hold nearly 90% of the world's nukes, but the rise of China is changing the equation. Washington now faces the challenge of deterring not just Russia but a rapidly growing China. The future of US nuclear policy will shape global security for decades. The stakes are immense and the world is watching. America's choices will echo worldwide. The old sheriff is rearming for a new era. Russia, the world's nuclear king, with the largest arsenal, about 1,710 deployed and over 4,300 total warheads. Russia's modernization is aggressive. New ICBMs, submarines, and bombers, all prioritized as the ultimate guarantee of sovereignty. Recent years have seen alarming nuclear threats, especially during the war in Ukraine. Russia's doctrine includes escalate to de-escalate, using tactical nukes to force adversaries to back down. In 2023, Russia suspended the last arms control treaty with the US, ending transparency and fueling fears of a new arms race. Russia's vast tactical arsenal and aggressive posture make it the most acute nuclear risk today. The war in Ukraine has brought nuclear threats back to Europe. The Russian bear is showing its claws, pushing the world into a new era of nuclear danger. The uncertainty is greater than ever. That's the nuclear world in 2025. 9 countries, rising arsenals, and growing risks. The era of disarmament is over. We're on the edge of a new, more dangerous nuclear age. Can diplomacy and arms control return, or are we headed for an unrestrained arms race? The stakes are existential. This concerns the future of humanity. What do you think? Comment below, like, and subscribe for more deep dives. Share this video to spread awareness. I'm CCGV. Stay curious, stay informed.